Hi, I'm Aric Adiego, and welcome to this week's episode of Race Up Flambé Fun Sized. Every year, about a week before Thanksgiving, I have a friend's Thanksgiving potluck. Unfortunately, the person is going to bring dessert and a family emergency, so before I start the main meal, I want to make a very quick dessert. So, I was thinking, what goes good on Thanksgiving? Pumpkin pie and cheesecake. So I decided to meld them together to make a pumpkin cheesecake. For this recipe, we're going to need pumpkin puree, graham crackers, cream cheese, sugar, melted butter, cinnamon, cloves, vanilla extract, nutmeg, and eggs. Now the first step is to actually make our crust. So I'm going to take about 3/4 of a package of graham crackers and throw it in our food processor. Now we have our graham crackers in the food processor. We're going to pulse this a few times to crush them up. Now we have these mostly ground up, I'm going to add the butter and a 1/3 cup sugar. Now we're going to pulse this till it's all combined together. Now everything's combined together, we're going to pour this out into our springform pan. Now I prepped our springform pan by putting a little parchment paper at the bottom of it, as well as buttering the sides. Now we're going to press this down to make the crust. Now we formed our crust, we're going to pop this in the freezer and let it chill out for a little bit while we make our filling. And now it's time to make our filling. For this we're going to need 2 packages of softened cream cheese. We're going to add these to the bowl of our stand mixer here. So now we have our cream cheese in the bowl of our stand mixer. We're going to turn this on to a low setting and add our sugar and vanilla. So now we're going to increase the speed on this to get the cream cheese nice and fluffy. Now that the cream cheese is light and fluffy, we're going to add in the eggs one at a time. Remember to wipe down the side of your bowls between eggs, just make sure everything's well incorporated together. Now that we have the second egg blended in, we're going to add in a 1/2 cup pumpkin puree and our spices. Now we're going to mix this all together until it's well incorporated. While this is blending, we're going to preheat our oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Now that the pumpkin puree and our spices have blended into our cheesecake filling, we're going to pour it over our graham cracker crust and put it in our preheated oven. Now we have our filling poured out on it. We want to make sure it's spread evenly across the top. Now that our pumpkin cheesecake filling is spread evenly across the crust, we're going to put it in our oven for 35 to 40 minutes. Okay, so our center is almost set, so I'm gonna let this sit on the counter until it gets to about room temperature, about an hour or two. Once it's at room temperature, we're gonna put it in our refrigerator and let it chill for 3 hours before serving. Okay, so I just pulled the cheesecake out of the refrigerator, now it's time to slice it and serve it. Okay, now we're going to spray on some whipped cream. And there we have it, pumpkin cheesecake. For this recipe and our previous recipes, check out our website at readysetflambe.org. From there you can also follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Next week we aren't having a show, but join us in 2 weeks where I'll be making chicken fettuccine alfredo. Until then, I'm Aric Adiego. Thank you for watching.